Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Ferrero Rocher cake. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to make the cake, so grab yourself a large mixing bowl and into that place your sugar, your flour and raisin agents. Not forgetting to add in the cocoa powder, then mix this all together using a hand whisk or a balloon whisk, whichever works best for you, and just mix until they are fully combined. Then you can go ahead and add in the wet ingredients, which are milk, oil and your eggs, and not forgetting to add in your vanilla as well. And then just mix this on a low speed to start with, working your way up to a medium-high speed until everything is combined. Once it's combined, you can then go ahead and add in the boiling water, and you may think this is a little bit weird, but don't worry, it makes this cake super tender and super moist, so it's perfect for this cake. So just be careful as you do not want any of the hot water to splash back and burn you, as this would not be ideal, would it really? So then go ahead and just mix that in until it's fully incorporated, then give the bowl a good scraping down, and this is just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. You can then go ahead and divide the cake batter between your three 6-inch cake tins, which have been lined with some parchment paper. Then just do it as equally as you can by eyeballing it, or if you want to you can go ahead and scale it up like I have, but again it's completely up to you. Once you've got your tins filled, place them into the oven and bake them off. All that information will be on the blog post, which will be linked down below. So for the buttercream, I'm making a French meringue buttercream. So start by adding your sugar and water into a small saucepan and mix the two together until they are combined, then place on the hob and leave until it reaches 121 degrees Celsius. While that's doing its thing, grab yourself a stand mixer and add in your egg yolks and whole egg, and then whisk these on a high speed until they reach a much lighter and fluffier in colour and consistency. And this does take a little while, but once it starts it will go there very quickly. As you can tell, the volume and the colour lighten and increase. Then you can go ahead, turn the mixer speed down a little and steadily pour in the hot liquid mixture, and do this as carefully as you can, as you don't want to get this on your skin. It will burn and it will blister. Then just whisk continuously on a high speed until you can touch the bottom of the bowl with the back of your hand. Once you can do that, you'll notice that the mixture has become much paler. This is what you're looking for. Then you can go ahead and add in your butter chunk by chunk until you have enough in there and it's all fully mixed in, and it might not look like it's coming together, but as you mix it, it will thicken up. I added in my Nutella and it just thickened the mixture up significantly, as you can tell. To start the decorating process, you can go ahead and grab your plate, board or stand and pipe a small amount of buttercream into the centre. This will act like the glue to secure the first layer of cake in place, so use as much or as little as you need. Top your first layer of cake on there and pipe a ring of buttercream around the edge of that. Then fill the centre with the buttercream, smoothing and levelling it out to get it as consistent as possible, and repeat the process with your remaining layers. Once the cake is stacked, you can then go ahead and pipe buttercream all around the outer edge of the cake. Feel free to do a crumb coat if you'd like, but I don't really feel the need to do one with this cake as the cake wasn't very crumbly. So just pipe your buttercream all around the edge. It doesn't need to be perfect, as you can go and fill in any imperfect gaps in a bit. Pipe the rest on the top and then spread and level that out as best as you possibly can. It does take a little while, but make sure you get it as level and consistent. And then as you scrape and smooth out the side, you will find that there's some snaggly bits on top. Don't worry, you can smooth them in and remove any excess. So once you're happy with the sides and you've got all the buttercream that you want on there and all the gaps filled in, you can just go ahead and place it into the fridge for a bit to firm up, as I like to do that. But before you do that, make sure you apply a small border of chopped hazelnut around the bottom of the cake. Again, this is completely optional, but it's what I fancy and thought would be adding a little bit more of the hazelnut flavour without taking away too much, and it adds a bit of a decorative element as well as a flavour element. Not necessary, but it is a completely welcome addition for this cake. And as I was mentioning earlier, just smooth and level off the top as best as you can. You don't want any snaggly bits or any ugly bits, so this is where you can really play with that and work it out. As I said, you can add a border around the bottom of the cake if you'd like, but you don't have to. So to make the ganache, place your milk chocolate and dark chocolate colours into a bowl, which is heat proof, then pour over some hot cream and let this sit for around a minute. After a minute you can start stirring the mixture, and by the end of it, it should be a smooth and glossy consistency, which is what you're looking for. And here is what it looks like as you're mixing it in, and by the end you should have this mixture. It should be slightly thickened also. You can then apply the drip to the outer edge of your cake, of making the drips as long or as short as you'd like. I went with a mixture, but I always find that I lose a bit of control, so if the cake's chilled it will spread much better with the ganache being slightly runnier. But again, you all know your own cake and how to do it your best for yourself. Then just pipe some more ganache on top and level that out as best as you can. Chill it in the fridge for around 20-30 minutes, then you can go ahead and pipe your rosettes on. And I just piped 8, as this cake will serve 8 generous sized portions. As you can tell, I was trying to use up the last of the hazelnuts I had, so I applied some to the top of the rosettes as well. And then on top of that, I added a Ferrero Rocher on top of each rosette. Again, you don't have to, but this is a Ferrero Rocher cake, so I've used all the flavours of a Ferrero Rocher in the cake, and then applied some on top. But again, you can add more or less, it's really up to you. You can then go ahead and cut the cake up. I'm cutting you a portion to show you you've got 3 layers of cake, that buttercream, the drip, and the Ferrero Rocher. What is not to love? So thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again very soon with another recipe, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description, there'll be a link to this recipe and a link to my blog. But that's all for today, I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.